Okay, sir.
Okay. Now, could you remember that in my last class I discussed at length, that is accountancy, full concept of accountancy, and and more or less 80% of costing. Could you recollect what
Yes,
I
sir.
taught you in my last class?
Yes, sir.
So basically, to yes, tell me.
Sir, you taught us about uh, what is a ledger, balance sheets, and other fundamental concepts.
Okay. So today you give the heading management accounting. Management accounting. Yes. Management. Neha, you please write down management accounting. Management accounting. Now in management accounting, we'll start with cost, volume, profit analysis or marginal costing. Cost, volume, profit analysis or marginal costing. Okay. Now, what is cost, volume, profit analysis or marginal costing? It is basically a costing to take decision for the manager. That's why the name management accounting is given. It is used as a tool to take decisions. Okay. You write the following are the, please write it down. The following are the tools for marginal costing. Number one, PV ratio, PV ratio or profit volume ratio. PV ratio or profit volume ratio. Under this you write, under this you write, higher the PV ratio, the better it would be for the company. Suppose there are three product lines. You have idea regarding product lines? Say three products are, say Hindustan Unilever. They have product lines like soap. They have product lines say detergent. They have product lines say other cosmetics. So these are the types of product that is called product line. Suppose there are three product lines, and the product line, please write it down. And the product line, Rishiraj, write it down. And the product line having the higher PV ratio, having the higher PV ratio will be selected. Now PV ratio is equal to, please write it down. PV ratio is equal to contribution, contribution divided by sales into 100. Contribution divided by sales into 100. Now you may ask me what is contribution. Please write down
So please repeat.
contribution equal to yes,
So contribution by
sales into 100. Contribution by sales into 100.
hmm, contribution.
Okay. Now contribution equal to sales minus variable cost. Now what is this variable cost? Variable cost means the cost that varies with the level of output. You can write it down. Variable cost means the cost that varies with the level of output. Next you write fixed cost. Fixed cost. Fixed cost means those costs. Fixed cost means those costs which remains same irrespective of the volume of output. Okay, so we are coming across two costs. One is variable, another is fixed. Okay. Any question up to this point? Tell me.
No, sir.
Next, you write break even point. Break even point
Break even.
in break even point in value. Break even point. I'm writing it here. Break even point. Break even point in bracket you write in value. In value is equal to fixed cost divided by PV ratio.
So divided by
PV ratio.
PV ratio, that is profit volume ratio. That is the ratio I taught you just 3 minutes back. Okay. Then you write break even point. Break even point in bracket you write in unit. In unit equal to fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. Divided by contribution per unit. Now you repeat the formula. You please repeat. Rishiraj, repeat the formula.
So break even point in value is fixed cost by PV ratio, and
Good.
and BEP in unit is fixed cost by contribution per unit.
Yes. Now what is this break even point? Please write it down. Break even point. Break even point means a point at which there is no profit or no sales. Means only after break even point
So I
you
could
can
not
earn
hear you.
profit. Some noise is coming. I don't know from which end the noise is coming. Break even point means the point. Could you hear me right now?
Yes,
Rishiraj?
I can hear you now, sir.
Break even point, I'm just speaking very slowly, listen to me. Break even point is the point at which there is no profit or no loss. Neha, you mute yourself. Neha, you mute yourself. I think this noise is, yes, now it's okay. So, what is this break even point? It is the point at which there is no profit or no loss. Means you are just meeting up your fixed cost. Only after break even point you can earn profit. Question may come that at what point there is no point or no profit or no loss. So that
So
point is
it's
the
the
break even
break
point.
even point.
Break even point. Next you write margin of safety. Margin of safety equal to actual sales minus break even sales. You write down the another formula for margin of safety. Profit by PV ratio. Profit divided by PV ratio. Now what is this margin of safety? It is the buffer between the break-even sales and the actual sales. Means the higher the margin of safety, the better it would be for the company. Got my point?
Yes, sir.
So basically marginal costing use these tools to analyze. It's the analysis part for management accountant whether it is profitable for the business to go into the venture or to discard the venture. Got my point?
Hmm.
Just go through it for 1 minute. If you have any question, you ask me.
So what is break-even sale?
Break-even sales means the sales at which there is no profit or no loss. Say
So
in, if you say in
that is the
value type,
point.
say point. Say in quantity. Say if you say in terms of unit,
Hmm.
as I have mentioned in terms of unit. So fixed cost divided by contribution per unit. So if I ask you how many car you need to make a break-even sales in
Hmm.
units,
Hmm.
then say fixed cost is 50,000 and contribution per unit say rupees 100. So 10,000 divided by 100, the resultant figure will be the number of unit which would be the break-even unit of sales. Got it?
Hmm.
Any other question? Just go through it because marginal costing is extremely important. Oh, okay, let us start with another topic that is called flexible budget. Please write
Flexible
flexible
budget.
budget. Flexible budget. You write under this method, the costs are classified into two types, that is fixed and variable.
The costs are classified into two.
Types, that is fixed and variable. After full stop you write if there is any semi-variable expenses. Now what is this semi-variable? Semi-variable means which is not exactly fixed cost or not exactly variable cost. Means it does not moves in proportion with the output. Okay, it does move but not in proportion with the actual output. Okay, because only if the cost moves in actual proportion in proportion with the output, we can call it as a variable cost. But here the cost varies but not in direct proportion to the actual output. Okay,
Hmm.
so here semi-variable costs are classified into fixed and variable respectively, depending on the
So,
percentage.
I would like to repeat the para again because I'm not getting, I cannot make sense of it. Under this method, we are first writing heading flexible budget. Under that, we are writing under this method, the costs are classified into two types, fixed and variable. If there is any
Full stop.
semi-variable, full stop. If there is any semi-variable cost, then
It should be classified. It should be further classified. It should be further
it should be
into
further.
classified into fixed and variable into fixed and variable depending on the percentage given. Okay. So
Hmm.
suppose repair maintenance, it is given as a semi-variable expense. It is given 60% fixed and 40% variable. It would be given. Okay, 60% fixed, 40% variable. So
Hmm.
we take the fixed portion under fixed head and variable portion under variable head.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Then you write flexible budget is prepared under various capacity levels. As for example, 60%, 70% or 100%. The objective is to find out Just a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. Yes, what I was saying.
So a flexible budget is prepared under various capacity levels, that is 60%, 70%, 100%. The objective is to find out.
At which level? At which level the cost is minimum? Okay.
Hmm.
Just go through it. If you have any question, feel free to ask me. Because today I'll wrap up the syllabus and last class I will take a revision.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then you write another topic, cash budget. These are all coming under management accounting. These are all coming under management accounting. And I am discussing only in nutshell, the gist. You write cash budget is just like a cash book. Is just like a cash book. Cash book. It is prepared to ascertain the opening or closing balance of cash. If there is any negative balance, if there is any negative balance, it means there is overdraft. There is overdraft incurred by the company. Okay, just go through it. Next you write, please write, Rishiraj, capital budgeting. This is the most important one. Capital budgeting. Capital budgeting is used for long-term investment evaluation. Capital budgeting is used for long-term investment evaluation. Suppose, just listen to me, you want to purchase a plant and machinery which cost around say 50 lakhs. So you just won't jump into the unknown. Would you jump into the unknown? You won't jump into the unknown. Before going through the proposal or before executing the proposal, you need to evaluate that whether the proposal is feasible or not. So by applying certain technique, you judge whether I will go for the proposal or I discard the proposal. Okay.
Hmm.
Then you write the techniques for capital budgeting. The techniques for capital budgeting. Number one, net present value method or NPV method. I am writing it here, net present value method. Net present value method. For your understanding, you just remember that here we determine the time value of money. Now, what is the time value of money? Say, suppose you will get 10,000 after 10 years. Will it be equivalent to the 10,000 rupees right now or not? You tell me. You are going to get 10,000 after 10 years.
Hmm.
After 10 years,
Hmm.
and now you have 10,000. Will this 10,000 and the next 10,000 that you are going to get after 10,000 after 10 years, will it be of equivalent value or not? You tell me.
No, sir. It may change. The value might change.
Because after 10 years you are getting 10,000, because the present value is not 10,000, because present value is something after that interest is compounded to get to coming to this 10,000. So
Hmm.
10,000 right now is much higher than this 10,000 after 10 years. Okay, the concept is called time value of money. Please write the time value of money. You write under NPV method we compute the present value of cash inflows,
We compute the present value.
present value of cash inflows, and from that we deduct the present value of cash outflows. If the result is positive or zero, if the result is positive or zero, we accept the proposal. Otherwise, we discard the proposal. Next technique you write payback period. Payback period. Under this you write it is the number of years. It is the number of years in which you can recover your cost. Now suppose Rishiraj, take an example. You have spent 2,30,000 to study BCA, isn't it? 2,30,000 to study BCA.
Hmm.
Now after passing BCA, say suppose you take a job and you accumulate your monthly salary. You need to find it out in which year you are recovering this 2,30,000. That is called payback period.
Hmm.
Okay. Next you write discounted payback period. It is the payback period which consider the time value of money or discounted cash flows. Okay. Next you write profitability index. Profitability index or PI equal to present value of cash inflows present value of cash inflows divided by present value of cash outflows. Accept the project
So please give a
if
minute.
PI, yes,
Value of cash outflow.
yes.
Then
Numerator is present value of cash
cash
inflow and
inflow and
denominator is
denominator is cash outflow.
present. Yes, got you have understood it correctly. Now, if the PI is greater than 1, if the PI is greater than 1, accept the project, or otherwise discard the project. Okay. Then you write accounting rate of return. Accounting rate of return equal to profit after tax divided by average investment. Higher the ARR, higher the ARR, the better it would be for the company. Next you write IRR or internal rate of return. You write it is the rate at which present value of cash inflow is equal to present value of cash outflows. Okay, so just go through it. If you have any question, you ask me, because in my last class I will wrap up the syllabus. Only say 10% is remaining. Just go through it. 5 minutes done. Okay, 5 minutes. Okay.
Yes,
Just
sir.
go through it, and if you have any problem, ask me in my last class. Say either in on Monday or on Tuesday, I will take the class. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Have a nice day. Thanks for being with me. Okay.
Thank you, sir.